Right then, lads, we're here at the press conference in Riyadh, and yes, we've got news that apparently Joseph Parker's fight against Daniel Dubois might actually be off. I'm absolutely gutted, to be honest. Daniel Dubois is apparently ill. He's being checked up by a doctor. It's not officially off just yet as we speak, but you know, when you get a report that a fighter's ill, it's going to be off, like, because they're not going to put this out there because they won't, for no reason, because they won't want Joseph Parker to know that they won't want Joseph Parker to know that Daniel Dubois is not 100% if the fight's not going to happen. So yeah, the fight is basically off, and it will be confirmed to be off. They have said at the press conference, so Spencer Brown said that Joseph Parker will be fighting no matter what. I don't know who that will be against. I don't know who they'd find to step in. Could it be Joe Joyce in a rematch? He's meant to be fighting in a week's time. Could it be him? I can't think of anyone else it would be. Dillian White? I can't really think of any possible options, to be completely honest, of who it could be. But yeah, look, I've disliked Dubois coming into the build-up for this. Now, Team Joseph Parker, and I really dislike Daniel Dubois. He's let us down, you know. I mean, obviously, I've came out to support Joseph Parker, but I'm with people who came out to support Daniel Dubois, and he's pulled out 2 days before the fight, 48 hours before. I've seen loads of Brits out here as well, and you know, their team Daniel Dubois. It's gutting for many people, to be honest with you. Him and Floyd Schofield have now dropped out of the fight, which I think it's very poor. I mean, I thought this car was too good to be true, and I thought there'd be a dropout, but not 2 days before the fight, or 3 days before the fight, and not two dropouts as well on the week of the fight. And luckily, Shakur Stevenson's fight, you know, they were able to find a replacement with Josh Padley, but it's been left pretty late here. We're gonna see a face-off in a minute, but it's been pretty late now for Joseph Parker to get a good opponent in. But if I'm being real, they should strip Daniel Dubois off the belt, obviously. I think, you know, if you're bottling it 2 days before a fight, even if he is ill, which, you know, that's the reports we're getting, you know, he should still be stripped. He's let the whole card down. It's one of the biggest events ever. Let Joseph Parker fight for the belt, you know, add that bit more excitement to the fight. Again, you know, having a world heavyweight title fight on this card. So they've got to strip Daniel Dubois off the belt. You can't just have Joseph Parker defend his WBO interim belt against someone. I mean, that's what they might do, because it might be easier to find an opponent that way if they find like a number 10 mandatory in the WBO to fight. I don't know, but it's disappointing. It really is. I was fuming the moment I found out. It's been a bit of time since we found out the news now, so I've calmed down a bit about it. But I mean, Frank Warren hasn't officially called the fight off, so I mean, you know, is there arguably still hope? No. I mean, if we're being real, the fight's off. They might as well just fully call it off. Yeah, look, I find it's strange as well, the fact that both Floyd Schofield and Dubois have had to pull out due to illness. I find it really strange that is what has happened on the week of the fight. I can't think of someone they put in. I mean, what were they? They're not gonna, you know, take Zhang or Caballero out there fight. Could they get Martin Bacoli to step in late on? Because obviously he's up there in the IBF. I mean, you know, Martin Bacoli's always going on about, you know, how he'd fight anyone, any place, any time. You know, let Martin Bacoli do it. Could it be F.A. Ajaba? Because I feel like that's probably more realistic, because he's less of a name than what Martin Bacoli is. But could it be one of those two? I'd quite like it to be, but I mean, they're not out in Saudi. I don't think anyway. I mean, imagine if Alexander Usyk stepped in, wants to be undisputed again, steps in. It's not going to happen, but imagine if that happened. Yeah, it's disappointing. Hrgovic, AJ, why can't you get the job done against Dubois? If they did, then this wouldn't have happened. Yeah, it's absolutely gutting. But yeah, this is the news that we've got. Yeah, I'll speak to you on the next one. But let's wait and see what happens. But Daniel Dubois is out the fight. Like, they're not going to let an opponent know that the other guy is not 100% before a fight. That's just not what you're going to see, is it? So, yeah, anyway, thank you all for watching.